What up, y'all? It's your boy Heck to the tech to the get that check. How's everybody feeling? It's the 1st of October. It's your boy's birthday weekend, you know what I mean? Check it. But I'm not gonna celebrate too hard, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna celebrate too hard, man, you know what I'm saying? I've been just grinding, working, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Grinding and working, you know what I mean? But anyway, I want to say rest in peace to Coolio. He just recently passed. You know what I mean? I didn't have a chance to talk about this, but you know what I mean? Like Coolio was a big part of hip hop. You know what I mean? Big part of hip hop. I remember back in the day, he dropped that Gangsta's Paradise, and the song was old already. You know what I mean? The song was already old because it dropped, and like all my boys that would go to college were like I went to college for engineering. You know what I'm saying? I took a few courses, but you know I dropped out. But you know that's how I learned how to engineer, right? You know what I mean? But I never stayed in college. My boys actually went to college. They went out. You know what I mean? They stayed there, whatever, slept in the dorms and all of that. You know what I'm saying? A few of my boys, not all my boys. You know what I'm saying? You know, not the street cats, but the cats that stayed in school. You know what I mean? That chose the right path and whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That decided to go that path. I want to say the right path, because anything could lead to the right path, whether it's negative or positive. You know what I mean? You could be living a certain life when you're really young, like in your teens. You could be living a certain lifestyle, and then all of a sudden it turns into a good path. You know what I mean? Whether you go to school, whether you stay in school or not. So I wouldn't say the right path, but they decided to go the school route. The ones the parents, put it in their head, like stay in school, you know what I mean? So they stayed in school, and I remember them coming, and I remember they used to send us like like emails, send me emails of them remaking the song of Gangsta's Paradise, rapping it and playing the instruments like they're the ones that invented it and made it up. You know what I mean? Like, so many people did this. You know what I mean? It was like so whack. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But that's the impact that song had on people. You know what I mean? Gangsta's Paradise. He had a few other ones. You know what I mean? He had Slippity Slide. You know what I mean? He had other songs. You know what I mean? I remember he had this joint on Space Jam, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? But yeah, he had a few joints, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was never really too gangster, but you know, he had that vibe to him. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? He had that. You know what I mean? But yeah. He had a dope swag, dope Cali swag. But Coolio. The way he died was crazy. They say he went to the bathroom and he had a heart attack. You know what I mean? Like he died like Elvis and like the dude from The Sopranos, James Gandolfini or Gandolfini. I don't really know how to pronounce his last name, Gandolfini. He died like that. Like he went like James Gandolfini. He died the same way. He went into the bathroom, had a heart attack. I don't know if drugs were involved. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he passed away like what's his name? My man DMX. I don't know if he passed away like that, like OD'd or on drugs, and which caused him to have a heart attack. But I do know he had asthma problems, and an asthma attack can lead to a heart attack. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're drinking or doing drugs or not taking care of yourself. You dig? You know what I mean? You get a bad asthma attack and then whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, rest in peace, Coolio. I know I seen a few interviews of him. This one interview where he was talking about where he had an asthma attack and he almost died. He was having an asthma attack, and then he went out the house, and he didn't have an inhaler with him or something, and he was running up the block, and he just passed out. And I guess people saw him, and they called the ambulance, whatever, and he almost died or something like that. There's an interview out there. There's also an interview where he's talking about this conspiracy, where he's talking about that he knows stuff, but he's not gonna tell because he's scared for his family's life. And then he goes on to say that if something happens to me, then y'all know why. You know what I mean? But I don't know, you know what I mean? He did have health issues, and we are losing a lot of legends because of health issues. You know what I'm saying? Because, to be honest with you, artists don't take care of themselves. You know what I mean? That job, you know what I mean? Like me, myself, like, I got to start taking more care of myself. You know what I mean? But I notice when you go into the studio, when you write a song, you know, you start getting your drink on, your smoke on, whatever, this, that, and the third. When people go out on tour, they just eat fast food. You know what I'm saying? They just, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, women, you know, stress. You know what I mean? A lot of stress, you know, this money didn't go right, this deal didn't go right, this show didn't go right, this, you know what I mean? This song don't sound right, pick another song, this album, blah, blah, blah. A lot of stress, a lot of tension between, you know, stress, food, drugs, alcohol. I mean, you know, you just got to cut a lot of it out. You know what I mean? At least the alcohol and the drugs, you know what I mean? Problems with women, too many women, having too many kids, child support, you know what I mean? All of that can all bundle up and just mess you up, you know what I mean? Cause a lot of health problems. Now, he died at 59, you know what I mean? Which is still young to die. I mean, it's not your regular die. I mean, a lot of people die at all ages, you know what I mean, for all types of health issues, but you're not really supposed to go out at 59, you know what I mean? Like, but I guess he wasn't taking that care of himself, you know what I mean? Like, it all catches up to you at the end of the day. You know, when I know he's talked about cocaine addiction, you know what I mean? Cocaine addiction, he's at cocaine addictions, but this conspiracy thing, I don't know, man. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, man. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? They're saying this conspiracy, like he knew something may happen to him because of the thing he brought up. The I think it was a interview he did with undergroundhiphop.com on YouTube. He spoke about some conspiracy things. People have come up to him on some stuff, you know what I mean, like Jeffrey Dahmer type of stuff, like gay stuff, and they've offered him things to get to another level, but he was already on that level though, like, you know what I mean? But I don't know, that's what I think. I mean, like, he blew up, like I mean, I don't know, man, but go check out that interview. It's out there. You know what I mean? He says he's talking about that. You know what I mean? But anyway, rest in peace to Coolio. I remember some of the first hip hop music that I started to love was from LA. Not necessarily Coolio, you know what I mean? But just out of LA, you know what I mean? Like, I was one of the kids from New York that was rocking the flannels with the button up. I was looking like an essay. Why? Because I was in love with Cypress Hill, House of Pain, Ice Cube, Ice-T, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, you know what I mean? Yeah, I loved Wu-Tang and and LL Cool J and Run DMC. When I was a baby, I loved Michael Jackson, LL Cool J, Run DMC, yeah, all of that. You know what I mean? That's like the first hip hop I heard was Run DMC and LL Cool J. But as I started to get older, you know what I mean, and like I started to get a little older, like, you know what I mean, started turning 10 and 11 or whatever. Like, my first choice, like before I started to love New York music, and I was born, raised Queens, Brooklyn, you know what I mean, all my life, you know what I'm saying? But I loved Cypress Hills. There's also a group from New York, from the Bronx, that y'all have never heard of. A lot of y'all haven't heard of, called Messengers of Funk. Look them up, they're dope. That was one of the first groups, and that was mad underground, you know what I'm saying? Fat Joe was on their album too. Fat Joe don't ever speak about this, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk about them. Watch, if he sees this, he gonna start talking about Messengers of Funk. He got this cut where he's like, ¿Qué lo que está pasando aquí? Yo soy el gordo mafioso. You know what I'm saying? It's dope. But he don't talk about that though. But anyway, so the first hip hop I started listening to was, you know, Funk Dubious, Cypress Hill, you know, so, you know, that whole Soul Assassins team, you know, Muggs, you know what I'm saying? Psycho Ram, like, that was like the first hip hop, House of Pain, first hip hop I was in love with, you know what I mean? Then, of course, after that, New York just took over. New York just took over for me, but I still loved LA hip hop. It was like my first love. Like, even though Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep and, you know, all these other artists started coming out, started taking over, LA hip hop was my first love. Cypress Hill was my first love. You know what I mean? Can't forget about Onyx from Queens, all of that, but you know what I mean? But I loved Onyx too at the same time, but I would totally dress like an essay, and I would pump House of Pain, Cypress Hill. So I would be in New York looking like a little essay, looking like I'm from LA, bumping NWA, you know what I'm saying? Funk Dubious, you know what I mean? Kid Frost, you know what I mean? Lighter Shade of Brown, you know, all these LA dope hip, y'all, I'm telling you, man, LA still, man, still to this day, you know what I mean? LA will always be a big part of me loving hip hop, you know what I'm saying? And me falling in love with hip hop. Dr. Dre, The Chronic, woo! Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg, yeah. Forget it, man. I'm telling you, man. That's why I'm so in love with hip hop. Nowadays, everything's getting crazy. You know what I mean? Our legends are dying at such a young age. The young cats are killing themselves in situations like I'm in right now. You see how creepy it look right now? It's dark. I'm in the car. I could just get banged on right now by an op. You know what I mean? That's how it is nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Word. Facto. So let me get off this before I get click clap with a get gat. Know what I'm saying? Happy Halloween! Nah, I'm just playing. It's not Halloween yet, but it's October 1st. It's my birthday weekend, and rest in peace to Coolio. You know what I'm saying? The legend. Shout out my boy Kenny. I'm gonna put his pic on this video. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy Kenny with Coolio right there. You know what I'm saying? For y'all wondering. But anyway, this is Heck to the Tech to get the check. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the kid. Alright, 1.